Om Sai Ram. Pranam to everyone. Today I am going to speak about Abdul Baba. Abdul Baba is a very interesting and devoted follower of Sai Baba. He spent around 30 years in the company of Baba, and after Baba's Mahasamadhi, he continued to stay in Shirdi for another 35 years, serving along with the Sansthan. He was born in the year 1871. He came from Nanded in the Kandesh region located on the banks of river Tapti. Very little information is available about his childhood or about his parents. However, it is known that he was placed under the care of his spiritual guru Amruddin. From there, his journey to Shirdi began. One day, Amruddin had a powerful dream in which Sai Baba appeared and instructed him to send Abdul Baba to Shirdi. In that same dream, Baba gave him two ripe mangoes. When he woke up, he was so surprised to see those two raw ripe mangoes besides him. He gave those mangoes to Abdul Baba and sent him to Shirdi. This incident connects to a much older promise mentioned in the life of Sripada Sri Vallabha, especially in chapter 18. In chapter 18, there is a story about Shankar Bhatt going to meet Sripada along with two men whom he believed to be Brahmins. However, they were not Brahmins, they were Muslims. They were hesitant to take darshan and to bow before Sripada. Sripada told them the truth that they were killing cows and eating beef. He explained that such actions bring consequences. He said that the cows they killed would be born again as their own children, especially their sons. Years later, the promise was fulfilled. When Abdul Baba reached Shirdi with the mangoes and offered to Baba, Baba welcomed him warmly and said, Mera kala kawa aa gaya, meaning my black crow has come. Abdul Baba is mentioned in Sai Satcharitra, chapter 22. There is an incident where Baba was lying in the Chavadi one night and it was quite dark. Suddenly, Baba struck the ground with its chatka and called out to Abdul Baba. Abdul Baba immediately brought a lantern and looked around, but he could not see anything. However, along with Mir Shakar, he understood that Baba was trying to indicate something. When they brought the light closer, they saw a snake coiled very near Baba's pillow. This is one of the Leelas connected with Abdul Baba. Another Leela is described in the Ch- Sai Satcharitra chapter 34 involving Dr. Pillai. Dr. Pillai was suffering from a severe Gunnia worm infection in his foot. The pain was extremely intense and he could not bear it. He even wished for death, as he felt he could not tolerate the pain even for a moment longer. He requested Dikshit to ask Baba to either relieve his pain or spread it over another 10 future births. Baba, however, said there was no need for 10 births and that karma would be exhausted just in 10 days. Baba asked Dr. Pillai to be brought to Dwarakamai. When he came, Baba made him sit comfortably and said that a black crow would come and peck at his foot, after which he would be cured. At that very moment, Abdul Baba entered Dwarakamai to tend to the ever burning lamps. As he moved about to pour oil into the lamps, he accidentally stepped on Dr. Pillai's outstretched leg, causing the gunia worm to burst out. Dr. Pillai felt intense pain at that moment and thought he might even die. But shortly after, he felt relief. Baba gave him Udi and no other treatment was given. He applied the Udi to the wound and also took some internally. And within 10 days, he was completely cured. Here again, Abdul Baba was referred to as the Black Crow, fulfilling Baba's words. Baba lived on Bhiksha, which means charity food. Whatever food he received, good or bad, he survived on it. Abdul Baba also survived on very little. He went into the village and collected bhiksha. He had no home, so he slept in the stable of Sham Karna, Baba's favorite horse. This stable still exists today and it is called as Sham Sundar Hall. Abdul Baba did all the tasks for Baba without any complaint. Every morning he washed Baba clothes in Lendibag. He cleaned the streets where Baba walked. He picked up garbage and took care of night soil. No work was too small or degrading for him. Baba also guided him spiritually. He asked Abdul Baba to read Quran and often explain its meaning. Baba also advised him to eat very little and sleep very little, which Abdul Baba faithfully followed. Another important aspect of Abdul's Baba life is that he wrote down everything that Baba said. Later, he used this writing as a book of guidance. When people came to him with their problems, he would refer to this book and give answers. There are several examples of this. Once, when a well was being dug at Buttiwada, the water that came out was salty. Abdul Baba referred to this book and advised that if the well was dug 2 to 3 feet deeper, the water would become sweet. They followed his advice, and indeed, the water turned sweet. In another instance, a barrister named Mr. Gadgil approached Abdul Baba and asked whether his only son, who had gone to UK and had not returned for many years, would ever come back. Abdul Baba said he would return. After a few years, the son did come back to India, married to a British woman, and had children. Thus, all Abdul's Baba prediction came true. As Abdul Baba grew older, his mother became worried that he was still unmarried. She approached Baba and requested his blessing for her son's marriage. They visited relatives to find suitable bride, but many families refused to give their daughter in marriage to a fakir. Eventually, they visited another relative's house where the father was eager and willing, and Abdul Baba was married to Umran, the second daughter of that family. They later had a son. Abdul Baba passed away in 1954. The exact cause of his death is not known, but it is believed that he passed away due to old age. Before his passing, he rendered great service. He stayed in a room near Baba's Samadhi on the right hand side where the temple in charge now sits. He was responsible for cleaning Baba's Samadhi and placing a chadar over it. However, due to some misunderstanding with the Sansthan, he was later asked to vacate that room. After that, he went to stay in the place that was earlier the house of Radha Krishna Mai. Today, this place is known as Abdul Baba's cottage. It now serves like a museum where original photographs of Baba are preserved and visitors are blessed with peacock feathers in the Sufi tradition. Abdul Baba also mentioned that Baba had given him a chimta, a thumbnail, and a chatka. These items are still preserved there. He would use the chimta to bless devotees who came with ailments such as arthritis and other illness, and according to him, many were cured. Another important practice is that every day at 10 o'clock, his descendants, along with the villagers, go to Baba's Samadhi. They place a chadar or a galif over it and decorate it with beautiful and fragrant flowers, just as Abdul Baba used to do. Devotees can also take part in this ritual. They celebrate the festival of Urus on Ram Navami. A procession is carried through the village with a canopy supported by bamboo poles. Under the canopy, devotees carry offerings such as chadars, sweets, fruits, and other items. Before Abdul Baba passed away, his guru Amruddin asked him to return to Nanded. However, Abdul Baba refused, saying he did not have Baba's permission, and he continued to serve in Shirdi until the end of his life. He was the only person allowed to accompany Baba in Lendibag. Others would stop at the boundary, but Abdul Baba would go inside and take care of the lambs. He would carry water for Baba, and Baba would throw the water in all the four directions. It is also believed that when Baba threw the water in all four directions, he may have been invoking Varun, the Lord of Rain, as rain is very essential for Shirdi. Abdul Baba also maintained the ever burning lamp in Lendibag. He would create a protective covering using multiple chadars like a canopy, place the lamp in a pit, and cover it with a tin sheet. Later, the Sansthan preserved this lamp in a proper structure that can still be seen today. Abdul Baba lived a life of complete devotion and surrender. He never left Baba's side and served Baba in every possible way. There are many lessons we can learn from his life. He obeyed his guru completely. He did every task without complaint, and he never considered any work beneath him. He carefully followed Baba's instruction, including eating and sleeping very little. He also wrote Baba's words and preserved them, showing huge discipline and faith. Often we receive guidance but do not follow it and later feel disappointed. Abdul Baba's life. Abdul Baba's life teaches us to trust and follow fully. His devotion, humility, and obedience remain a shining example for all the devotees. With this, I conclude the life of this great devotee who spent 30 years with Sai Baba and another 35 years serving in Shirdi. I am here very grateful to Baba and Vinima who were the reason for making this audiobook about Abdul Baba. Thank you so much. Jai Sainath, Gurudev Datta.
कोई राम कहो, कोई रहीम कहो,
राम कहो कोई रहीम कहो, यीशु कहो कोई बुद्ध कहो, राम कहो कोई रहीम कहो, यीशु कहो कोई बुद्ध कहो। मास की देह बनी है, ईश्वर के हम सकल पुत्र हैं, द्वैत भाव